Then I'm going to look at the digital opportunity and why SEO is a critical part of the digital marketing strategy. And then I'm going to briefly talk about technical SEO versus SEO strategy. The technicalities of the SEO strategy involves a little more thought about your business and your project. Then I'm going to look at identifying your target market, choosing keywords, which is a critical part of the strategy. Then mapping the keywords to your website, which is a part often is ignored, and everyone tries to get their homepage to rank for everything they want to rank for, and that's not the way to do it. Then the implementation, which is a little bit on the how, but it's more again high level and not really the technicalities. And then I'll throw the floor open for questions. I might have to hurry up depending, because we're a little late starting, so I'll go through it quickly enough, but there will be space at the end for questions. In Granite, we were founded in 2008 down in Skibbereen. We now have offices in Cork, Dublin and Skibbereen. So 4 of us started in 2008 and we now have 17, so it's a growth area, digital marketing and in particular SEO strategy. We were the West Cork Enterprise Board Company of the year 2010. And what we offer is integrated digital marketing solutions, and that's everything, you know, from building the website to getting it found, to building e-commerce, to maximising throughput, etc., and converting traffic to money, basically, for businesses. We also offer local IT services, so networking, hardware, software, etc., in Cork and West Cork. We merged with Digital Crew in 2011, basically took over the web development side of their business, and we have a fairly diverse client base, but you can see that on our website if you want to go. So why is SEO a critical part of the puzzle for online marketing? First of all, online is everywhere. You may be aware of some of these stats already, but it's important to put it in context. Online marketing, online is now as big as TV. People are spending as much time online as they do on TV. Throw yourself back 10 years, and the only way to get to a mass market was through TV advertising. Now online allows you to get to a mass market, but also a niche market, so it's much more flexible than TV. Over 3/4 of adults now use the internet, and that's a huge number. Thinking that some of those adults are older people who will never use the internet, over 3/4 now using the internet is a phenomenal number. And again, if you throw your mind back, it was, you know, back in 1998, it was a fraction of that. I repeat, online is everywhere. Some of these numbers are important. The most important one from the point of view of this presentation is 57% up in the top right. 57% of the population look for information about goods online. That's not just about buying online, it's about everything. If they want to buy a garden shed, they'll check out who locally sells them. They'll check them out online first. If they want to buy a car, they'll check the specs out online. If they want to buy computer hardware, they'll check it out online. So everyone's checking stuff online before buying it. Whether the transaction is happening online or offline, online is critical. 72% of all households access the internet at home. So again, it's not just at work or school or college anymore, it's at home, 72%. That's almost, given again that there's a section of that population that will never use the internet, that's almost 100% penetration. And that penetration is continuing to grow. There's over 1.6 million broadband connections in the country now, and again, you know, when you think of the number of households, that's a phenomenal number. So why is the internet important for business? As I said, 57%, I'm repeating this, 57% of people look for information and advice online before making an online purchase. And again, that's anything. Over 4 billion spent online in Ireland each year, and that's what's spent online. That's only a fraction of the business generated through online activity by businesses. If a business doesn't have a website, it can't compete with a business that does have a website. Ironically, given what I've said, there's still room for growth. Ireland ranks very low on that country table for penetration. Another critical point for someone planning an SEO strategy or an internet marketing strategy is that the platform has changed. Next year, it's estimated that there will be twice as many smartphones and tablets as there are laptops. And that's a phenomenal change in a couple of years. So therefore, where people are accessing the internet has changed fundamentally. There are 5.4 million mobile subscriptions in Ireland, including mobile broadband. When you think the population is less than 5.4 million, that's a phenomenal number as well. And it's pushing up to half of those mobile subscriptions are smartphone or tablet users. So, again, it's a huge change in the way people are accessing the internet. So, if search engines are the gateway, over 90% of internet users use search engines at least once a week. So that's nearly everyone who uses the internet uses search engines, and that shouldn't be a surprise to anyone because we all start. A Google page almost. Over 35% use search engines several times a day, and 82% of the internet traffic gets to its final destination via a search engine. So again, it's huge. They are the gateway to the internet. If they are the gateway, then Google is the gatekeeper. You can see the numbers here. Google in the UK and the Irish, there are no published numbers for Ireland, but it's estimated that Ireland is similar to the UK in and about the 90% mark. So if you're thinking search engine strategy, forget about the others. Get Google right first and worry about them later. SEO then is the key to that gateway. And again, going back to the technical, you'll often see get your tags right, get your alt tags, etc. on your website right. That's technical SEO. All that to do is get you into Google. Because think about it, if you optimize a site for a specific keyword, anyone else can do the same. So you need a strategy as well as the optimization of the page itself. And that's where the strategic SEO targets on getting you onto page 1 of Google. It's critical that you target page 1 because 90% of clicks happen on page 1. And you can see there, almost half that happens in position 1, and well over half it happens in the top 3 positions. So that's where, as a business, if you are working in a business or working on a project that wants to get traffic, you have to have a target of the top 3 or at minimum top 5 position on page 1 of Google. So then, that SEO strategy, there's 4 elements. So you need to know your target market, and I'll come into why that's important. You need to carefully select the keywords you're going to target. Then there's the on-site technical implementation and the off-site or promotional implementation of the strategy. The target market, I break it down into two areas. One is search behavior, and again, search behavior goes back in some ways to the platforms that are being used. Again, 2 or 3 years ago, if somebody was coming from London to Cork for a weekend, they planned their journey before they left. They went online at home, planned their restaurants, planned their activities, their attractions before they left. Now they're standing in Patrick Street and they're checking on their phone. What they'll search is different because of that, because there'll be fewer geographical qualifiers in the search that they're putting in. So that behaviour has changed. There's also, you need to think about verticals. If you're in the tourism business, you need to think that TripAdvisor would probably rank well in search engines. So you have to think about that as well as being in the search engine itself. There's also geographical targeting. And again, you have to know who you're targeting because the search words will change. They'll differ significantly. I've seen some examples there. UCC. If UCC are targeting someone in Ireland, they might want to come up for electrical engineering courses in Cork. And that's an important thing for Cork. However, if they're targeting an overseas market, say Canada for example, people in Canada that they're targeting are less likely to have already chosen Cork as a destination. So therefore they may do a different search, for example, universities in Ireland. And they're very different keywords. If you have your site optimized for one, it's less likely to rank for the other. So you need to decide strategically which ones are important to you. When selecting keywords, the number one factor is common sense. I'll just give an example here of why that is. And this is a random example chosen from the internet, so if anyone's from Athlone and knows this company, I apologize in advance. So you must ask yourself the question. Okay. I'll just run through the slide this way. Okay. First thing is, if this company is called Athlone Laboratories, and if you search Google for Athlone Laboratories, there they are on page 1 of Google, and possibly they'll say, yes, we're in Google. However, when you look at the site is about antibiotic manufacturing. So really they need to be targeting antibiotic manufacturers. And if they are targeting antibiotic manufacturers, which we believe they should be, then they should be trying to come up on page 1 for a search like antibiotic manufacturer. Randomly take an example of a company that is ranking number 1 for its name, not ranking number 1 for its, or not ranking on page 1 for its product. And that's the key. You need to think, and that's where the common sense comes in. You can start with common sense. List what your products and services are. The next things then are, you could do an informal survey of customers and suppliers. Ask them, what phrases would you search in Google if you were looking for my products or looking for my company? And again, that will give you a good insight into how your potential users might think. Do a bit of internal brainstorming, take that common sense and the results of that survey and put it together and see what other ideas you come up with. Look at what competitors are optimized for. Use some keyword tools. There are keyword tools out there, and I have a be careful there, and I'll show you why in a second. There, when you are using keyword tools, you need to understand the data that's coming back. You can also use AdWords. Google AdWords as a pilot campaign can really inform what keywords you should be targeting with your website. So first, looking at competitors. SEO competitors are not always what you expect. So you might think, I have a business running a project, and that's my competitor over there. But if they're not coming up number 1 in Google or on page 1 in Google, they're not an SEO competitor right now. Who your competitors are in SEO are the people who are ranking number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the terms you want to rank in the top 5 for. So that's a critical thing. Your competitors may not be who you think they are. So you'd be amazed how many businesses don't know who's coming up in the top 5 for the terms that they want to rank for. What are those leaders targeting? What phrases are they targeting? And I just show an example here. Say you were a company that does gift hampers. You can just go to Google and do gift hampers, and you can see the word delivery comes up there. All of a sudden, that's a clue that you should be including the word delivery, because that's obviously someone else has done research and decided that delivery is a key part of a keyword phrase for the gift hamper industry. Do some backlink analysis, and that's to see what websites are linking to your competitors' websites, and what are they saying, what are they using in the anchor text. What anchor text is when there's a link, it's the text that you see on the page. That's the anchor.